Stop searching for the one. Sometimes the one is self-protection.
Well, let's talk about that because that relates that can go to relationship, it can go to job, it can go to the process we were just talking about. Okay, if we're focused on that one way to do something, okay, we're missing out. We're missing out on an opportunity to learn. Um, I think that you've heard me say this before, also from a career standpoint, from a job standpoint. We can get, if we're not careful, uh, very myopic in what uh, what we're to do. Okay, if you ask me, however many years ago, let me think, 40 years ago, yeah, yeah, don't laugh. Okay, 40 years ago, if I would be selling, emission solutions into the power generation market, I'd have gone, what?
First of all, what does that
What?
mean?
What are you talking about? I'm in architecture school, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and along the way, have worked for doing technology transfer for a Japanese trading company, sold mainframe software. Uh, you know, it's like what? you know, there's not just one way to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's really more about exercising who I am and my giftedness in where I am, and where and kind of something that kind of feeds the passion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, feeds the flame, so to speak. And so you've heard me say this because I think I've said it to you, but when there comes a question about jobs, okay, I said, well, the grass is always greener over the septic tank. Okay. So
I love that phrase.
we have a tendency to see things the way we want to see them, and really there's going to be issues no matter where you go. Okay, there's not. I mean, in a job, there's going to be things that you're just going to have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in relationships. Okay, and I always thought, and I still I don't know that I've come to a conclusion on this. Is there just one person for, as a single person? Is there just one person for you? I don't know. You know, where we say, God has, has we pray for Eve to come to our son,
Mm-hmm.
who's still single. Say, God, please, it's not good for man to be alone. Please send him his Eve.
Yeah.
So, is there just one Eve out there,
Hmm.
or could there be multiples? But when you look back, I know without a doubt that Lisa is my one.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer we are married, the more it's very obvious how God had taken. And this gets I think you'll understand where I'm going with this because of the strengths-based marriage lesson that I teach or used to teach, is that when you look at your strengths and you look at your wife's strengths and they mesh together in a way that makes you one, okay, God's intent in that is to make you better, to complete you, okay? And so in that sense, yes, there is a one.
Mm-hmm.
There is a one out there that um, uh, in relationship or in a marriage that is perfect for you. But does that mean that I approach all of my relationships as, you know, this is the one or this is not the one or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that if you'd asked Lisa, our first couple of years of marriage, if I was the one,
Mm-hmm.
I I would say she probably was going, I'm not so sure about that. You know,
It's not clear yet.
it's not very clear yet, you know? And that was my own stuff. But I think if you ask her today, it's without a doubt.
Mm. Yeah, like if you're trying to find and look for that person that is going to be the one, you can't do that.
No, you can't because what are you looking for? You're looking for perfection, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
And you're not dealing with perfection.
yeah.
Nobody's perfect. We all got our deals. And we all have to work through those
Mm-hmm.
and work and God puts us in relationship a lot of times so that we can work through those.
Yeah. Whenever you're trying to look for that other person to be everything, you're expecting perfection.
Right.
That's, like you said, it's impossible.
Right.
You can't. That
Right.
cannot happen. That cannot be the case.
Yeah.
And so whenever,
And so it can be an excuse to punt
yes,
and to protect.
Yes. Whenever that person isn't everything, you think, well, they're not the one for me because they're not everything. And so you're quote unquote protecting yourself.
Or, you know what? There may be something about that person that is, 90% great. There's 10% though that hits you in a spot that you're uncomfortable with.
Ooh, yeah.
And so you go, well, this isn't the one because this isn't perfect. Because I want somebody that makes me happy all the time or fulfills me all the time, not challenges me.
Yeah.
Not, and sometimes that little 10% is an area in my life that I need to address.
Absolutely. When it's not
And for some of us, it may be more 10%.
100%. It might be 100%. Some people, well, maybe not. But if you're looking for somebody that, well, I don't think you should look for somebody that's going to be a challenge. But I think it's that, like, you don't want. I think it's the wrong mentality to look for somebody who is a project or will treat you like a project. But it's somebody that is going to, like, push you to grow, and kind of and almost by challenging you, right? And like being
encourage you.
To
grow.
Encourage you to grow.
Give you. I will tell you that the one of the best gifts that my wife ever gave me was the security to deal with my own stuff.
Ooh.
She gave me the gift of knowing that, you know what, and some of it was messy, okay, was she gave me the personal security to know, okay, I can deal with this, and to come home and know that she's going to be there to put her arms around me. So that gives you the security. You want somebody that is, it's you. There ain't no back door. Okay? And that's part of covenant. That's part of the whole relationship thing, is that, we're entering into a covenant with them as our mate, but we're also entering into a covenant together before God. And we got to trust that God is going to use that to his purposes. And that means growth. That means, working through things and becoming stronger together.
Yeah.